I know some people had the trouble with that last week. Okay. But you have to think about it. God is calling us to stand atop the false lineage. Remember, Pastor Cook is not calling for anybody to grab, Hanakja physically and step on her, right? No. It's a spiritual exercise of standing on top of the fallen lineage that is trying to declare that fallen lineage over the Christ lineage. So that has to be stand. The Bible tells you the devil will be used as a footstool. You have to stand on top of it. Okay. So that was what God was calling. Now, Koreans and Japanese, many of you were weak because you are thinking culturally and humanistically. And you think, oh, in Korean culture. Well, then you're a Confucianist. You're not biblical. You're not thinking from God's perspective. You understand? God commanded that the people that were against Israel to be killed. Pastor Cook was not saying kill Hanakja. That's how weak you were, Korean and Japanese, some of you. Okay? If God ordered, the Israelites had to go kill the Canaanites and wipe out their culture. Kill them. I'm not talking about standing on a rug with a name on it. Kill them. You understand? You understand? This shows how weak you are. So that's very sad. And you are right. You have transparent before God. You showed your weakness before the world. So that's something now you have to deal with. Because you are bound by your arrogance before God. This is the lineage that's trying to usurp and to destroy Father's lineage. That's how weak you are. So you have committed sin before God. You should know that. And you should not be weak. This is not a time to be weak.
Right. Correct.
This is a time to divide good from evil.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, think about how weak you were. If you had, I mean, what if God commanded the Israelites to go kill all the women, children, and men and livestock in Joshua, to destroy it all. And we covered why God told them to destroy it all, right? They're doing cultic prostitution. They were doing child sacrifice, killing babies, etc. It was a wicked culture. Are you with me, folks?
Yes.
Don't be weak.
Amen.
What kind of training you're receiving? Okay, we have to be able to divide between good and evil. Your emotional humanism is not an excuse before God to include wickedness and evil. Okay, don't be weak. You think I am so pathetic. Some of you Korean and Japanese people, you really shame our Korean culture. Then you're shaming. You say, "Oh, man, damn those." That's why I had to reprimand them, a couple of them on Sunday and Monday. It's so sad, pathetic. How can you call yourself warriors if you can't even do a simple exercise where you stand atop and proclaim the true lineage? That's how weak you are. Come on, that's pathetic. That is total weakness. That's nothing to be proud about. Okay? So we have to see things from God's perspective and stop being little babies. You have to see things from God's perspective, and you have to see things from the shepherd's perspective. Right? When evil is brought to judgment and there's capital punishment and all those people be tried for treason, right? Even if Trump decides, so, we're going to start trying these, these Democrats and these the lunatics, we're going to try them for treason. Like Mueller and these people. Right, with evidence before a court of law. But they be tried for treason. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, etc. Obama selling out U.S. intelligence and making deals. You understand? You don't understand what happens when you get tried for treason, folks? There's capital punishment. That means those people, if they're tried and they're found guilty, will die. You understand?
Right. Exactly.
But you're slaves to humanism. You're weak. Slaves to humanism. You're not slaves. You're not tying yourself to God. That's a word only. How can you eradicate an evil civilization and bring in a godly civilization with that kind of faltering emotionalism? Now, none of you want to believe you're weak, of course, in your training. And I was surprised even the young people seem stronger than some of the adults They don't even know the details of what's going on. Some of them are kind of, brain dead. They whatever. But some of them were, but they showed strength. Not all of them. But I'm saying, this is not even a difficult thing to be able to stand on the lineage, stand above the lineage that the Han mother is trying to lift up above true father's lineage. You understand how much of an unbelievable treasonous heresy that is? I mean, if you Korean people even thought about you Japanese people who had a problem with that, I mean, it's like, how pathetic are you? You say you love God. You say you love true father. You say, I stand with the same king. No, you don't. You make me stand in the front, and you stand behind me. That's what you're doing. And all these Westerners that you were cursing, and all these people, even the young people, you were saying, oh, they don't know me. They were the one. They were standing with me. They're getting cursed too. So I have no respect for that. Don't be fakes. Right? It's very important. Don't show you're a cultural slave to your fallen lineage. You have to stand firm in true father's strong lineage. Absolutely. That separates from evil. Yes. Why do I have to say it? Why do I even say this? It's so childish. Why do I even say this? Come on. Right? How will the patriot society that actually fights against communism and actually kills communists and literally goes out and destroys communist nations, how will they ever respect you? You can't even do a simple thing like separating between good and evil. You are wishy-washy because of emotionalism. They'll never respect you. These are warriors. These are not fake people. They don't respect emotionalism when it comes to evil. And that's why they that's why they will fight and destroy evil. But they won't respect. I mean, they're going to respect a lot of us because a lot of us, we know that this is a spiritual battle. But if you're even hung up by that, you are spiritually, you are unclear. And you think you're strong, you're not. Nobody just called you out on it when everybody saw it. You're weak. And weakness is not a good thing, like the left tells you it is. They want you to be weak so they can come in to destroy your civilization. You would be stupid if we're training and then some guy comes up to you and say, "Oh no, it's better to be weak," as a jiu-jitsu person or MMA person. It's better to be weak. You would say, "What are you talking about? It's better to be weak." Of course it's not. You would say that's ridiculous, right? You as a warrior, you would know that's ridiculous. What kind of statement is that? Of course it's not better to be weak, right? Don't be a slave to emotionalism and humanism. That's the path to hell. You have to rise above your emotions. You have to be able to discern between good and evil. Right? You have to have understanding, discernment, and have a mind like God. That doesn't mean we're perfect, but we're seeking to try to be like God. Right? We don't get caught up in that kind of how do you say? Facility. We're the microcosm, folks. Everything you do has repercussions. You, as Korean and Japanese people, most of the Korean and Japanese people, you guys were, well, not everybody, but a lot of you you just showed you're slaves to your stupid fallen culture. Pathetic. You showed that you care more about what other people think than what God thinks. And you're not even protecting your own dang lineage that Father gave you. That's a shame. Oh, the Westerners, they're kind of stupid, so they just do it, No, they're not stupid. And by the way, not all also the wiser Koreans separated. They did it. So there's not all the Koreans. It was some of you dumb bums. You are just a slave to your culture. You're still trying to impress your culture. You're not standing up against Satan. You're trying to impress him. You're not a warrior. That's not a warrior. That's a coward. Don't be foolish. Everything becomes shown. These kind of, I had no idea Pastor Cook was to do that. But by that kind of surprise, spontaneous thing, Everybody, everybody just got cold. I mean, are you going to stand or not? You're going to, are you going to stand on top of the fallen lineage or not? Everybody got tested and challenged. And I have to say, most of our brothers and sisters, they know clearly, principled thinking, bam. I mean, even these young bums, even these younger boys that are, even they did it. They may not know, they don't know principle at all. They're so brain dead when it comes to principle. But they're just like, okay. Why? Because they trust me. They have a relationship with me. Right? So they may not know principle. They should know principle more. These bum bums got to train more principle. But they trust me. I know the same king. He trains me. I've grown under him. And so even based on that relationship, they could stand forth and do the separation. Based on that. Even though their level of understanding principle is probably, 0.01%. Right? But they have a relationship. It comes out. Everything comes out in the end. You can't change. You can't hide. That's why it's good, folks. Whether or not we believe what we say we believe. And guess what? The warrior communities in the world are watching us. Let me tell you something. They don't respect people who say things and don't do it. You Korean, Japanese people, second king, you want us? We stand with the second king. I protect the second king. You don't do any of that. You sell the name of the second king and three kingships of true father. That's what you do. When it comes down to me being crucified and cursed again, you don't stand with me, you hide. That's what you do. Well, not all of you, of course. The majority are not, but there are those who, it's just ridiculous. There's no warrior in the world will see that and respect you. None. And all these brothers and sisters here, I don't care what nation from them, black, white, doesn't matter to me. If they're true as a warrior, they will not respect you. You acted like that. Because you could be talking Korean. I speak Korean. I know the original language. I serve the second. You can say that all you want. But when I have to get crucified, you don't stand with me. Yet they do. And I'm not trying to give them a big head or anything. It's just, you understand? People can see. Clear. Reality. Transparent. You will be the one of your own destruction, of your own lineage that we are trying to raise you up so you understand to protect. I can't. That's so rude, Korean culture. This is the lineage that's not only trying to destroy your father's lineage, but destroy all your lineage that are connected. They're negating the existence of your lineage, connected to your father's lineage. That's how clueless. Totally clueless. Pathetic. You have none of our respect. You're fake warriors. You better grow up. Don't pretend to be warrior. Be real. You saw grandmas and grandpas doing it, and you're sitting back there scared. Golly. All right, so, folks, we have to understand macro has a big impact. Please don't set those conditions of letting Satan enter. You do that, you're bringing destruction to yourself, by the way. In the end, your self-interest is involved in this because you're bringing destruction to you and your children by doing that. By just trying to be nice. Trying to please the devil. And we're getting that today. Anyways, that's why I had to reprimand, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like, my gosh. I'm sometimes thinking, why the hell do I even do this? You know what I'm saying? What am I wasting my breath for? Why am I doing this? You got to be real. You understand? This is a warrior community. There's warriors that are coming in. You have to be real. You cannot be fake with these people. You understand? They go and destroy evil. They don't play with evil. They don't experiment with evil. They go kill it. Do you understand, folks? This is a kind of culture that Satan's very scared of. And of course, nations are scared of too. It doesn't mean they don't have emotions, they don't love people. Of course they fight evil because they love people. They get emotional about evil and people standing down to evil because they know how it works. Evil, you stand down to evil, it just gets worse.
Yes.
Right? It's the stupidly brainwashed, dumb, bozos in public education. They've been brainwashed. No, you got to stand down to evil. Treat it nicely. Be kind. It won't be nice to you. No, it won't. That's not how a wolf behaves. That's why as armed civilians and armed citizens, you have to understand this culture. Right? I think you Korean, Japanese, and you folks who are having trouble, you would be totally different if you actually had the responsibility. You did your dang duty of carrying a firearm, obviously legally. You have a totally different sense of responsibility. Because every time you strap that thing on in the morning, every single day you put it on, do your duty, you are saying, you're making a spiritual declaration to Satan and hell. I will be here. I will die if I have to stop you. Whereas all you other people who don't do it, you just hang out behind us. No. It's a different world when you have to strap on weapons of lethal force and be ready to use it. Your level of duty and responsibility goes up way big time. You go from basically, oh, I'm a libertarian philosopher to I'm a cop now. You understand? And I'm a military person and I'm a police officer. Even though we're not, legally a police officer, we're still armed citizens, which are part of stopping bad guys, which was the original police, by the way, okay? You understand? You go from, oh, yeah, that Bible verse makes a lot of sense, and oh, that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. That's okay, I'm convinced in the brain. You go from that, and now you have to step and become a cop. You see the difference? It's a big difference. Anyways, that is that. So don't let the devil lure you in. What is he offering that's so sweet? Are you that weak towards his honey traps? Huh? If you are, you got to recognize. You got to recognize. You have to admit that you have to see that you're weak. You have to see that you let God down. You see that you stood weak and you didn't stand atop the lineage that's trying to destroy God's lineage. And by the way, your lineage that's connected to God's lineage. It wasn't a selfless act. You were selfish. You were completely selfish. And you showed that your allegiance is more towards Satan than to God. You have no respect. Nobody should respect you. Now, we pray for you. We love you. We hope that you understand that you're in a growth process and you turn from that. And so now many people, brothers and sisters across the world, because I had to tell the truth about that and chastise and bring the conviction of the Holy Ghost, right? It was through harsh words sometimes on Sunday and Monday. Many brothers and sisters are posting on their Instagram or their Facebook, whatever. They're doing it themselves. They're putting the name of Hanakja and they're standing on top of it. Yamaguchi Songja, for example. Don't be foolish, folks. You make a crack for the devil, he's coming in. That's the downfall of your kingship. Don't be stupid. Warriors must be wise, smart. They must know the moves of the enemy, right? When we're training against the enemy, we're training against opponents. We have to know the moves that he's going to come with. High percentage moves that will come. We should know in advance, right? Then I can prepare for them.